Okay, so how do you connect to your Hispanic heritage?
Okay, so how do I connect to my Hispanic heritage? Again, I connect to my Hispanic heritage through my family, through my parents and my grandparents, and everything that they taught me and how they raised me culturally, what it means to be Hispanic, and in my case, Mexican, specifically Mexican American, being born in the United States and being raised in Los Angeles and California in general, as I'm in the Bay Area now. I think does that answer the question?
Oh yeah,
Okay,
sure does.
great.
So the second question is, what does being a Hispanic teacher at Mount mean to you?
What does it mean to be a Hispanic teacher at Mount? Well, first of all, go Red Devils. I really love working at Mount Diablo High School. I think it's amazing that there is over 70% of the student body is Latino. And for me, it really, I think, allows me to connect and relate a lot with those Latino students or Hispanic students, if you will. A lot of similarities there with regards to the types of home environments that we might have. When I was growing up, it was an exclusively Spanish-speaking household. I was an ESL, English as a Second Language student, I think through 4th or 5th grade. So I can definitely relate to a lot of the English learners here at our school that are still learning and adapting to English. Also, you know, getting Americanized and what it means to be an American in the 70s when I grew up in the early 80s, and what it means to be an American here now in the 2020s and so on and so forth. So I can relate to a lot of the students speaking Spanish at home, eating a lot of wonderful Spanish food or Mexican food or different foods from different Latin countries. I love it all. As my figure may demonstrate, that I love to eat, and I love eating Latin foods for sure. So yeah, I think that that's one of the biggest ways that I can relate to students, as well as I think, maybe I can sort of maybe be an example of, or I could model what it may be like for them in the future if they continue on with school and go on to college and decide to be a professional. I am a teacher now, but I did do other things in my life, other professional careers I had before I landed here. And so I speak to my students about those different careers that I had, and I think that maybe they can see themselves in me and like, oh, if I continue on this way, maybe I can do this, that, or the other, and I can share my experiences with them. And I think in that way, it's a little bit relatable for students.
Cool. Well, speaking of food, I guess we'll backtrack a little bit. What is your favorite Hispanic food?
So my favorite Hispanic food, well, so really quickly, I'm gonna say, and my students in my class can attest to this, right now, a desserty beverage that I enjoy, I started enjoying this a couple years ago. I think I found it during like COVID lockdown or when we were released, but mangoñadas. I love mangoñadas. It's kind of like this ice cream, chamoy, spicy, tamarindo-y kind of shake that I enjoy, but that's just like a secret desserty drink that I allow myself to have maybe once or twice a month, but a mangoñada. Now, when I think of favorite foods, well, it's gotta be mom's cooking. And whenever I go back to LA, East LA area, and mom's like, mijo, ¿qué quieres de comer, right? My mom says, hey, what would you like me to make for food, for dinner? And it's always tostadas de pollo, right? My mom makes these tostadas out of chicken that, oh my God, I try to make them myself for my own family, could never duplicate them, but that is my favorite food. My mom's Spanish rice, my mom's tostadas de pollo, and when she makes pozole with pollo, right, it's kind of a soupy dish, pozole. Those are my favorite foods. And also I like nachos, but I don't know technically if how Hispanic that is or if it's Americanized, but I really do enjoy nachos too. So yeah, to answer your question.
Sweet. And is there anything you would like to say to your students, or all the students?
I don't know, go Red Devils. Be proud of being here at Mount Diablo High School. I certainly love working here. I love what I do. Own what you do. Speaking of owning, I've met many students, not just this year, but last year, many students that really take ownership of their name, and I love that. I remember one student specifically, as I met him this year, and he came into my class and he introduced himself to me, and I think I referred to him as Louis, and he corrected me and he said, no, it's Luis. Please call me Luis, which I love. And for me, I go by Cesar, even though my name is Cesar, but it was a different time where we Americanized our names from our given names, which were Spanish, in my case, Cesar. And I Americanized it to Cesar, and I kind of grew up that way, and now I identify myself as a Cesar. But I love the fact that now a lot of my students are owning their names, and they're keeping that accent in their names, so kudos to that. Be proud of who you are, be proud of being a Red Devil. Go Mount Diablo.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Cardenas.
My pleasure.